Hello, boys and girls, this is ImAnderZEL, of course, and oh yes, welcome to another Battlefield 3 video. We got some Jet gameplay here, and I got some special commentary for you guys. I've noticed a lot of you guys have been asking for lately, especially since I've started telling you guys stories about my life and stuff like that, and I'm guessing there's a lot of you younger guys and girls who basically are wondering this, simply because it's kind of interesting to know. At least I would think this, to know exactly kind of how stuff works from a grown-up, that it's completely like honest with you, so to say. So basically, the topic of today is the first time Anders had sexy time. And I'm basically gonna use some stupid words to make this sound less dirty and stuff like that, just because I don't want to get into any kind of troubles with the YouTubes and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to keep it as clean as possible. But I'm still gonna be as honest as possible, so to say. So basically, this story starts out right when I moved into my apartment for the first time, and I moved into the apartment right before turning 18. I basically been living at my parents' place a long time, of course, a long fucking time. Lived at my parents' place since I was a child, of course, my entire goddamn life at that point. So when I was just a few months away from turning 18, I managed to get myself an apartment and moved out. And of course, I still hadn't popped my cherry. I was still a virgin back then, before I moved into the apartment and kind of got busy for the first time. And I know exactly how everyone thinks here, or at least a lot of you guys think, and a lot of girls too, I know, think exactly the same way. You kind of want to get it over with and stuff like that, and you don't want to be the 40-year-old virgin and stuff like that, because you just think that's gonna be horrible. That's gonna ruin your life and stuff like that, and I was thinking the exact same thing. So I mean, that's very, very normal to think, but don't worry, I will get back to that topic a bit more. But this, as I said, starts out, I got my new apartment, fix it up a little bit during 2-3 days, like making it look as nice as possible with my limited student funds. Anyways, monies, basically the limited amount of money I had as a student. Made it look as nice as possible. I thought it looked really nice compared to some of the guys in my class that had their own apartments. And basically I had a big party the weekend that came, or the Friday that came, and invited a ton of friends, basically too many. The apartment barely like fits 5 people regularly. The old apartment, of course, not the one I live in now, but basically we're like 25 people in the small little apartment. But no one really cared, because there were so few people back then that had apartments, because it's really hard to getting apartments around here. So everyone was just happy they had somewhere to be and party out, basically. Because if you weren't 18, you couldn't go to the pub, and yeah, that's no fun. You could try to sneak in, but yeah, no one really managed to do that. But anyways, so we're at the night of the party, my very first party. I'm feeling cocky and not self-conscious. That's like the opposite of being cocky, but basically really happy and proud of my apartment, and like kind of like I'm the king of the world. I noticed that a girl that I don't think she's like super cute or anything like that. She's totally okay, not a troll, but not a beauty. I noticed that she's scoping me out and stuff like that, so I'm basically thinking like, this would be a great girl to basically hook up with and make sure to pop my cherry with. Do it as quickly as possible, basically get it over with. And that's exactly what I do. I go up to her and I basically say, hello there, darling, how you doing? I would like to have your phone number. And this is something you guys and also girls should really think about, because if you act really self-assured or like really sure of yourself, so to say, especially girls will tend to more likely give you your phone number and more likely like you, especially when they're drunk. I hope this doesn't make me sound like an asshole, but this is just common facts actually. But basically, you have the part of the brain that's called the lizard part. Basically, that decides if you should run or fight when you feel threatened and stuff like that. And that part of the brain kind of takes over everything when you get super drunk, or at least a bit drunk. And that's also the part that tells at least women. I know this actually for sure. Not all women like strong men who like beat other guys up and stuff like that are very self-assured. Many girls want like calm and nice guys who would make good fathers and stuff like that. But the thing is, when girls are drunk, the lizard part of the brain takes over, and then they want the big manly guy with a lot of body hair, and the guy who can break the neck of the small guy next to her, and the small guys she would never touch and stuff like that. Basically, that's kind of how it works. I'm not saying it's exactly like that, but it can kind of. So basically, women tend to respond a lot better if you're very cocky and self-assured. You shouldn't, of course, be an asshole, because no one likes an asshole. But if you're like, hello there, darling, how you doing? My name is Anders. I would like very much to have your phone number. Give it to me, basically. Goddamn stupid friendly yet fucking crashed right into me, asshole. But anyways, this is what I do. And I spend the next week basically texting her a bunch, basically romancing her a little bit. It felt a bit weird, simply because I didn't really have any interest in her. To be honest, I didn't fancy her that much. I thought she was kind of good looking, but I wasn't in love with her or anything like that. Definitely not, since I didn't even know her. But I wanted to pop my cherry, so I basically kind of lied to her a bit, and maybe said I liked her a bit more than I did and stuff like that. And it kind of worked out, because she came to the next party the next week. We actually didn't spend the entire night partying at my place. We actually went to a bigger apartment this time and partied. And around like 1 o'clock in the evening, she basically like started hinting that she kind of wanted to get out of there and kind of get back to my place for some good old-fashioned sexy time. Good old-fashioned hiding the sausage, so to say. And I was pretty happy about that, since, as I said, I was still a virgin, and I wanted to pop my cherry sometime before I was like too old. Basically, I wanted to get it done. And to be real honest, here comes the like interesting part of the story. So we get home to my place, we get it on for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I've heard the stories like how people basically finish like during 2-3 minutes, like the first time they do it. Basically, the whipped cream comes out really early and really quickly, and after 30 to 45 minutes of straight up sexy timing, when you're pretty drunk, you get pretty tired. Yes, especially if you're kind of fat dude like I am. So basically, what I did, I faked it. Believe it or not, yes, I faked it, and I went in the shower, removed the condom, and kind of finished myself off. Yeah. And this is where the story kind of gets interesting, because I got shit scared that I was gay. Yes. And I don't know, I mean, when you're that age, I mean, you're a bit unsure of yourself and stuff like that, and I was seriously afraid that I might be gay. But I actually hooked up with another girl that I liked, that I actually liked quite a lot. I didn't love her or anything like that, I gotta be honest. I actually never loved the girl really, but I liked her really much. Hooked up with her 3 months later, and then it took like 2 to 3 minutes, just like it should be. But anyways, the moral of this entire story is that you shouldn't rush to having sex for the first time. Try to at least maybe not have it with someone you love super much or something like that. That might take a while before you find someone you actually genuinely really love and want to spend the rest of your life with. But make sure you make the choice yourself. Don't feel pressured into having sex with someone you just met or something like that you don't really like, because it's not gonna end up being good sex, especially if it's the first time. I mean, my first time was horrible. Every single time I've had sex after that have been a lot better, trust me, incredibly much better. And I mean, no offense to that girl, but I mean, I was nervous as hell since it was the first time for me and everything like that, so I'm not blaming her, but I'm basically blaming myself. I should have taken it easy, waited out some time, hooked up with a girl I really liked instead, and that's kind of what I want to tell you guys, that don't rush having sex for the first time, rather wait, and do it with someone you really enjoy spending time with and that you like and stuff like that. And also I want to make it very clear that when I said I was so afraid of being gay, of course I'm straight and stuff like that, so nothing bad against homosexuality or homosexual people. I think it's cool that you guys can get married and all that kind of good stuff and be as miserable as other guys and stuff like that. Basically, don't take offense, I didn't mean anything bad about homosexual people either, so to say, just to make it very, very clear. Just to make it very, very clear. And yeah, as usual, I hope you guys kind of learned something about my story, and if you're older than me and already experienced this, I hope you kind of, like, remember that kind of the same thing happened to you, or if you did the opposite, actually waited and had sexy time with someone you really liked the first time, and it was really good and stuff like that, and in general, just laugh at my story and hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And as usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.